All right, draft season rolls on. And as I've said many times, the best predictor of whom the 49ers are going to pick are their top 30 visits. You get 30 of these by NFL rule. And one of the players who has visited the 49ers, according to the NFL Network's Tom Pelissero, is Alabama tight end Cameron Latu. So let's take a look at some of the game tape from Cameron Latu and then talk about where he might fit into the 49ers' plans. He's there at the bottom of the formation at that tight end spot for Alabama. And you can see he uses the ref to get open. One thing I like about Cameron Latu, and I'm going to put his pros down at the bottom of the screen, is the big catch ability, the ability to high point the football. You're going to see that here on this touchdown from Bryce Young. Good high point catchability and red zone awareness. But you also see the blocking. But let's go back to that first play right here. This one's just too good. See him circled at the bottom of the screen. Watch the ref right here, right in the middle, right at the 19-yard line, right on the hash. Good players know how to feel space and maybe knock over the ref, use that ref as a little bit of a buffer, make the catch, and then there's some yak ability there for Cameron Latu. So immediately you see some of the pluses. This is the red zone ability of Cameron Latu. I said he can high point the ball. Well, he had an Alabama tight end record, 8 touchdown catches in the 2021 season. No joke for a school that had O.J. Howard recently, who was a good tight end. Here we're going to see some of the blocking ability from Cameron Latu. The agility you can see is there. That's a defensive back that he just put on his back. He's going to be working against another smaller defender here in space. That's not easy for somebody who's 6'6", 250 pounds without holding. And you could see that Latu is able to make the block, remove the DB from the play, spring the touchdown run here, but he's able to disengage before any potential holding happens. So there's good stuff on this quick highlight reel, which we'll go through one more time. I do like the ability here to find the space and get open, even if it's using the ref to help. Obviously, yak big for the 49ers. If I'm going to have to list a con for Cameron Latu, it's that he doesn't have elite speed. The 40 is at about 4.8. But with that big catchability, we have those 8 touchdown catches for Alabama in 2021, 4 more last year. That makes up for the lack of elite speed, especially when you consider where he's probably going to be drafted. 49ers obviously not looking for a tight end in the top couple rounds. They're looking for a mid to late round player. The blocking, though, the agility blocking-wise is here for Cameron Latu, and I think that's what really intrigues the 49ers. That's why they're having him in on this visit. Let's talk about, the con here, though. Doesn't have elite speed. Okay, so what does that mean? How does that factor into the 49ers' plans? Well, George Kittle does have elite speed. He came out of Iowa, 4.5 40. 49ers saw him and said, hey, he could play wide out. He can also block. We can develop him in both facets. It was amazing to the 49ers that Kittle was still available in the 5th round. As you can see, a lot of the league made a mistake there because George Kittle is now an all-pro. Well, the 49ers are looking for a complement to George Kittle. We thought that maybe Charlie Werner was going to be that. Ross Dwelley obviously isn't. He's just a reserve tight end who does contribute and has done a good job for the 49ers. But as far as that second tight end to really put a number on opposing defenses, we saw the New England Patriots obviously do that with a pair of tight ends. The 49ers with Vernon Davis and Delaney Walker were able to do it. Kyle Shanahan has attempted that with Jordan Reed on top of George Kittle, but those two were rarely ever healthy at the same time in the 2020 season. So to find that truly dominant pairing with George Kittle, the 49ers, they've striven for this for a while, but it's been hard to attain something that I think truly will satisfy Kyle Shanahan when he's going for this offensive adaptability, because tight ends can both run block and they can run out for a pass pattern, and it makes them the ultimate adaptable weapon in an offensive scheme that's designed around the run game, designed to keep defenses off balance. Defenses aren't supposed to guess what the 49ers are going to run. So Cameron Latu, I think, has the versatile skill set that the 49ers believe that they can develop. However, that elite speed is not there. Once again, Kittle 4.5, Latu 4.8. So I don't think that you're looking at a superstar opposite George Kittle, but are you looking at a functional player across from him that can help the 49ers divvy up that receiving responsibility in the tight end room on offense? Yes. And the proof is in the pudding. Again, an Alabama record, 8 touchdown catches in 2021. He's got some of that big catchability. He can feel space on the football field. We can, watch this one more time because the best clip is the first one where Latu's using that ref as a little bit of a screen, just knocks the ref out of the way. Defender can't get around the official. Yard after the catchability, it's all good there. And Latu does have potential to grow. He entered college out of Utah, coming to Alabama as a linebacker / defensive end, picked up that tight end position a little bit later on, and blossomed in 2021 and 2022. One of our commenters said you can't go wrong with SEC guys. I don't know if that's foolproof true, but there is a lot of truth in that. That's what Cameron Latu would be for the 49ers, who are hunting for tight ends in the mid to late rounds. Keep in mind that the 49ers are in a position where they're not drafting or they don't own a pick until number 99. So Cameron Latu's got a grade anywhere between the 4th and the 6th round. The lack of speed, which I put up on the screen earlier, is probably an issue. That's probably why he won't go higher than that. But the 49ers don't own a pick until essentially the 4th round, number 99, which is very late in the 3rd. So, with 11 picks, second most out of all teams, and, essentially all of them concentrated there in the later rounds, or at least the mid to later rounds, this is the type of player that the 49ers can go after because they've talked about how deep they think this tight end class is. Cameron Latu is part of it. He's been one of their 30 visits. We don't have them all reported yet. We only have a handful reported. I'm going through all of them with some game tape and some video. But, maybe the 49ers even double up at tight end because you don't know who's going to make the roster, who's going to pan out at training camp, and who isn't. I do know that they have George Kittle, Charlie Werner, and Ross Dwelley under contract right now, and there really might be room for a 4th on the 53-man roster. And there's always room for a potential upgrade. So maybe Cameron Latu is somebody that can bring that to the table. He's going to be a mid to late round pick, and the 49ers are hosting him because they have plenty of mid to late round picks, and they do want to stock up on that tight end position. All right, hope you enjoyed this quick film breakdown of Cameron Latu, one of the 49ers 30 visits. We're going to be going through all of these official 30 visits over the course of this April. So like and subscribe to the video. We'll talk to everybody very soon. Take care.